What up? What up? What up? This millennials
Yo,
versus
I hate Jay, bro. He always starting stuff, bro. It ain't even got to be like that. You see what I'm
Why
saying?
can't Jay
Like,
intro us? How come Jay can't do the intro?
he can, but he always.
All right, let me do it, bro. Let me do it, bro.
Go ahead,
What up?
Jay.
What up? This millennials versus, bro. You know what I'm saying? The only place you get authenticity and entertainment at the same damn time. You know what I'm talking about? I got my two co-hosts with me right now. Go ahead and shout yourself out right now, boy.
That's K.Mims.
Okay. Okay. We got who?
We got Big Louie.
Big Louie. Hey, Jay, go ahead and finish taking us out, bro.
All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and roll into the first thing, man. The first subject, I don't know what it is. He posted it earlier, so I'm going to let y'all go ahead and read it back to me.
Hey, Lewis, and that, my brother, is why I cut him off. Nah, man. You know, Jay just did the intro, so we good on that. So, couple little housekeeping real quick. May 21st, DMV, come holler at us, man. Live panel event. We got about 10 tickets left on the limited seating, so please tap in on that. We got about 35 tickets left on the general admission. Great vibes, dope panel, dope everything, man. Come show major love. June 3rd, we got the Wellness Project dropping, man. So whole lot of dope people in the wellness industry, man. We've been shooting that, going through that. So make sure y'all tap in on that as well. But tonight, man, we are, I'm gonna say we stepping a little heavy, but y'all know how we do, man. So tonight's episode is called Closing Time, and we talking about transitions and transactions. What it's like going through life, you know, when it's time to end something, when it's time to start something new, what it's like ending something and all that, bro. So I can open up the floor to y'all if, you know what I'm saying, first, or y'all want me to go. So we can tap in on transitions first. When do we know it's time to stop something? We can start with jobs, family. Let's take it away. When do we know it's time to stop something? Boy, it's gonna get good tonight, but I know I'm about to start some shit.
I think for me, it's time to stop something, or what I'm learning. It's time to stop something when the appreciation and the value and the transaction of the relationship is no longer there anymore. Like if it's one-sided all the way around the board, whether it's jobs or, you know, whatever the case may be, whatever it is, whenever it becomes one-sided only, it's time to stop that transaction.
So nothing can be one-sided at all. Like
I didn't say it can't be one-sided, but when it gets to a point when something is one-sided or any type of relationship, it's just like a job or anything, it's an exchange, it's a transaction.
Yep.
So whenever you're not getting that exchange back in return, there's no point of you staying in that situation.
But my question to you is,
you're gonna stay at a job because you can technically stay. Nobody's saying you can't, but I'm talking about for me, then you're gonna be miserable. Then you're gonna be at a point to where you grow resentment. Then you're gonna be at a point to where you also, and you look back at your life like, man, if I would have made this transition a little bit sooner, maybe I would have actually, you know, not lost those extra 5 years that I was wasting trying to get that person or that job or whatever to see the value in you.
I think that's good to say up here. I don't think that's how we do though. I don't think that's how we do with jobs. I think we stay way longer than we're supposed to, especially with jobs. And that falls into, so when you say ending something, right? I think jobs. So I disagree when you say like when something becomes one-sided. I think everything's go through seasons of one-sided. It's like there's time where your job, where you pulling in 70-hour weeks and you got to do that because that's that part of your job. And it ain't really giving you nothing back outside of a paycheck, but you got to pull the 70 hours in order to get what you got to get done. So when you say one-sided, do you mean just like what does it look like for a job to be one-sided? Let me ask that before.
Like, for example, like if you're going above and beyond doing what you're supposed to be doing, like you said, working those 70, 80 hours a week, doing all that stuff. And then it's no recognition, no appreciation for it. It's still, oh, you can be doing more. You can be doing this. I get in those situations, just like those jobs and relationships. A lot of the times we stay in those situations because we have family, you know, because we have, you know, other things that we can't just automatically leave that until we find another thing to transition to. But to me, it's going to come a time in your life to where that one-sidedness is going to run out. I'm not saying as soon as it happens, because you're right. It is seasons to where stuff is one-sided. But how many seasons do you go through where it's one-sided before you say, okay, nothing is ever coming on the back end. It's time to let it
go. So I'm gonna leave job alone for a second. I think there's some relationships that function well with things being one-sided. I don't think every relationship needs two-sided. I think that's where we mess up, bro. I think we think, so this is the thing. Like, I don't get, say if I call you every Tuesday, I call you and you pick up, we have a great conversation, we get what everything we got to talk about, but I always call you. And I could consider that one-sided, but if you pick up the phone and it works for me and you, why does it matter? To me,
so is it one-sided because they're picking up the phone and they're still exchanging conversation with you?
But what I'm saying,
it would be one-sided if you called every Tuesday and I never picked up.
Okay, but I get what you're saying, but I think some people look at it like I'm always reaching out to you. You don't never reach out to me. Can consider that one-sided.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I wouldn't consider that one-sided. Okay, I see. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that one-sided.
But with the job, but before we get into the friendship thing, because I'll probably go heavy with the job, bro. I think it's when your skill set is not utilized anymore. I feel like it don't got to be one-sided, but like for instance, I think right now where I'm at in my career, I'm at a crossroad, bro. Am I going to stay good, stay really, really, really good? Am I going to be really great at something for a long period of time? Am I going to LeBron that thing? Or am I going to Brandon Roy that thing? Like, am I going to take these first couple of years to be really great? I'm not saying get injured, but like go on to something else. But I think when your skill set is not being utilized or when your skill set doesn't match what you believe you should be making, because I don't think we've been taught how to maneuver career-wise. So we stay in stuff way after it serves us. So to me, I'm learning that my skill set got to be valued where I'm at, bro. And I don't know if that's something that I know how to leverage yet, if that makes sense in the field I'm in. So that's where I'm at with jobs. What about you, Lewis, with jobs?
I think that there are several signs. I think there'll be signs when it's time for you to transition, right? But when there's time for you to pivot, there'll be indicators of you not feeling value. There may be indicators of you not feeling like you're getting enough. I think it's, but it's all perception because some people stay and because they're experts and they're comfortable in that. And some people probably don't want to do more. Maybe they're getting what they've always wanted. Someone like yourself, you're motivated. You have to be challenged. You have to be in an environment where you can grow. But some people just are content being where they are, right? So I think that's going to be different for everybody to make a determination as to when it's time to make a transition. But I will say, whenever there has been a transitional period in my life in any sector, it's been there've always been signs that it's time for me to go. The place like.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm about to ask you a question.
No, that was it. I was just there. There have always been signs that it's time to transition.
But what
did you move every time you got those signs, Lewis? Or did you wait?
That's exactly what I was about to ask, bro.
Oh, for real?
Great question, Jay.
Yeah, because spiritually speaking, some of the things were non-negotiable.
Okay.
So I feel like I was forced.
Johnny, what up?
Go ahead,
bro. You good?
I feel like I feel like whenever there was a time for me to transition, I feel like it was a forced time to pivot, either because of my own mental health or my financial situation. Or pretty much those two things. Like when it starts to mess with those two things, it's time for me to make a transition. And I don't see a way to get through it. I normally try to work through it to see if it is temporary, as Keenan alluded to, because there's always a season. I do agree. There's always a season where it's turmoil and it's one-sided and it's not ideal. But I always try my best to overcome it. But when it doesn't appear or it doesn't seem like it's inevitable for me to overcome it, then I know it's time to transition. And the door will always open. Like there'll be a door that opens for me to walk right through.
Shit, sometimes I see that door and I look at it and close it back, bro.
Hey, Jake.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Lewis. That's real, Lewis. But boy, I'm telling you, sometimes it seems like bro, the Lord will be sitting right beside me, like, bro, go this way. I'll be like, all right, bet. Take 2 steps and look back, like, you sure? And he's like, bro, if you don't go there, I'll be like, nah, because I think sometimes in the transition, the area that I'm in my life and I'm transitioning like heavy right now, it's a lot of stuff that is uncomfortable for me. And I base my life off comfortability. So it's a lot of stuff that's happening. I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this. But when I realized, Lewis, that when you follow those signs, everything lines up for me. Every time that I followed those signs, and I was like, okay, God's telling me to go do. Everything is lined up for me. Every time I ignored those signs, something bad happened for me.
Sure.
Yep. Every single time.
See, but I learned. I think so. I always tell people this. Even we can use the job sense. What you just said, Jay, with anything. People don't understand there's a consequence to doing nothing. Everybody thinks like when something is presented to you, you gotta do something. But some people are so reserved that say the door opens, Jay, they don't close it or they don't go through it. They just stay still. But they think because they stay still, there's nothing wrong with that move. Like I didn't blow the opportunity. I just didn't take it. So I realized like I was the type that any door open, I'm there. I was running through it. Yeah. Running through it. But in that same note, I ran through doors. It was kind of like this. It was kind of like I ran through doors that were opening for me, but I think they were cracked. And they were meant for me to look through and see like, yo, nah, I don't, that's not what, but I ran through it because I just saw the light and I'm like, boom, nah, this is for me. Then I get in, I'm like, oh, bro, because doors open every day. Different decisions you make every day gonna change the way that day ends up, the way that week ends up, the way that month ends up every single day. So you got opportunities that open different doors because you can make a decision right now, April 25th, that can put your month on this trajectory, on this one, or on this one. But we think so much is one door. No, it's decisions made every day. Like for me personally, I know one of my biggest things when it came to this game is like, bro, I don't touch my phone the first 15 minutes of the day. 15 minutes don't seem like long, but I don't touch it. I go, I do my me time. I take my dog out, chill, get my mind right no matter what. Because I feel like if I pick up my phone, I'm going through a door that I can still work through, but it's not going to be the best day that I know I can have because whatever's on that phone can wait 10 or 15 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? So to the thing about the doors, bro, like a lot of people sit still. A lot of people sit still and watch, and that shit got a consequence too, to me.
Yeah, I think to your point about going through the crack door, I think it's purpose though, man. Like I just believe that everything, especially if you're a seeker of information or seeker of growth individually, you're going to learn from every situation. So even the doors you run through, you even learn that there's something you learn through that there are doors that aren't meant for you to run through. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for sure.
It's beauty in the journey of that. I enjoyed it, but you do have to learn. If you don't learn, then it's no beauty. It's not as much beauty in it for you, but you got to learn from that. So that's dope.
And another thing, though, Luz, I think what I struggle with is everything meant to really, is everything meant like, I know we talked about this a lot of episodes ago about wisdom, but like certain shit you shouldn't have to learn through experience. You know what I'm saying? But like jumping over to the friendship tip, right? Like, it took me probably 28 years to realize when to transition from friendships. And when I say transition, I don't even mean end. I don't even mean cut off. I mean like people go in and out. Let me ask this question. Do y'all believe in really close friends? Let me just stop. Let me backtrack. Do y'all believe in having really close friends?
What do you mean? Define that.
Yeah, like what do you mean? Like
when you hear close friends, what do you think of? I don't want to define it for you. So when you hear close friends, or when you say yeah, what do you mean a close friend is to you?
I think about y'all because I think close friends is someone that you can confide in, not just so much the act, but someone that you can confide in and someone that you can trust, like with really vulnerable parts of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that to me is a close friend.
You can definitely depend on them for sure.
Hey, what about you, bro? You believe in having really close friends?
Yeah, I definitely do. Like, I believe you can have really close friends. Like, definitely piggybacking off what Lewis said. I mean, that's somebody you can confide in, you can be vulnerable with, and you can give them that vulnerable information and trust that that's only going to be between y'all.
Yeah. And I realized that close friends don't always mean proximity,
presence.
You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, crazy joint. I was last Thursday. There was this dude I met at high school. His name was Bruce. He was a foreign exchange student from France, and he just came back to the U.S. after 13 years. And we linked up in D.C. this past Thursday, and we was talking and stuff. And he said something so deep, and he was like, we was reminiscing, catching up or whatever. And he was like, "Yo," I was like, "What was it like when you were in high school, being in the States when your family was in France?" And he was like, "You know what it taught me? It taught me that I didn't have to be closest. I didn't have to be physically with somebody in order for my love to grow. Like I didn't have to talk to somebody every day in order for my love to grow. Like I didn't." He was like, even being here now, we're still as cool as we were when we were 17, 18. Like I met him when I said, bro, I ain't seen him in 13 years. Yep. And we linked up and talked or whatever. But he was saying, like, I realized that time and love and emotions don't leave for people that you're really in tune with or that you really care about. So even though there might be space in between those people, like it doesn't change the way it feels. And I think a lot of times in my life, my family, my friends, like I transitioned when it didn't feel like the same thing all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't allow, if I was close to you, I was, yo, bro, like, yeah, bro, why we not hanging out? Yo, bro, why we not hanging out? Like, hey, bro, what's good with us? Da da da. And it caused me to push people away. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, can I live? And then probably around 24, 25, I think I realized, like, damn, it don't make me no less of a friend if we don't text this week. like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But have y'all lost any of those close relationships not doing what y'all thought the expectation was?
I don't think I have. I think I've been very fortunate to maintain the relationships that mean a lot to me. Also, one thing I want to elaborate on the close friend thing, I think someone that you can be yourself with, like someone you don't have to, like, I can be upfront and real and say stuff to y'all. Y'all may, you may judge, y'all don't judge me like you won't judge me. You may laugh or make jokes or whatever, but it's no judgment. And there's so much value in that because some people can't truly ever be themselves. Like I'm 100% with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like with my wife, like that's why we clicked so fast because we were 100% with one another, man. And that's a type of vulnerability that people rarely choose to exercise. And it's also a very rare dynamic that you get that exists within a relationship as well. So that to me is huge. Like that, because that's more value than somebody that you see every day that you can't be who you are.
But
you know what I mean? There's so much value in that.
Why do you think people stay places when they can't be who they are, though?
I think people feel like they have to be because they rely, or they feel like they have to be for those folks to be present or to be around them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I feel like they feel like they have to create it's a facade. I feel like people have to feel like they have to be something in order for those people to be there for them. And it may be an insecurity, it may be how they've grown up. Maybe they have a perception of life that it should be this way, right? And they try to maintain it. They try everything in their power to ensure that doesn't leave them. And maybe their identity is rooted in some of those relationships and not in who they are.
Facts. And Johnny said over time, people change, over time relationship change. That's why they say marriage is marriage is what they say the biggest test. He said because people change all the time, and I guess y'all want to hop in. We can hop in the marriage thing, but we ain't got to do that right now. You know, we're gonna talk about that transition. But Jay ain't really hear you say much on the friendships around you. I know you spoke on us or whatever about, but like if they ended, how you maneuver through friends, how you grew, did friends grow with you, all that great stuff. And we can kind of exclude ourselves because we know how we rocking.
Yeah, like a lot of the friends.
I mean, us three, we do know how we rock though. So
not for real.
That's facts, yeah. But for me, I lost a lot of friends. Like I lost a lot of close people in my life going through this transition. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you understand that a lot of that stuff that you're going through, like you said, for example, to piggyback on what you were saying, Keenan, you think that like, oh, I gotta show these people like this and that and text them all the time and show them that I care because that's showing them and giving them their roses right now. Like sometimes that can push people away because it doesn't give somebody time to miss anything. Like even in friendships, you still gotta, like, if we rapping every day, that's cool. You know, we all laughing and joking, but sometimes it's cool when you go a couple days in between. Now we got something to talk about. You know what I mean? Now it's like, okay, dang, but let's catch up. You know, we get on the phone, we ain't talking 3-4 days. Oh, you try to act funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can spark up some different stuff. But I just realized that in this transition I'm going through now, that it is easier for me to be more distant and still show that same value of love. I thought I had to do it up front. Like, you got to see and know, like, you know, and I think that did cost a lot of friendships. But I mean, I also understand too that people are changing in friendships, relationships, marriages. People are changing, but it also takes all of those individuals to want to learn you and a new version of you, just like you want to learn a new version of them. That's when it becomes like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is. I lost you then.
But heavy on what Lewis said, bro, and this may just be me. and this may sound bad, family included. I got family that I love to death, but like, if I got to second guess my movements, I just choose not to be in that environment, bro. Like at all. Like I can't even, not even in a bad way. Like I'm saying, like obviously, like trial and error, and it's like nothing works. I don't understand how, and I'm taking like traumatic stuff out of it, like stuff like that. But like we as humans decide to be in places somewhere we tell ourselves like we got to be associated with the same people in the same capacities our entire life. We tell ourselves that. And me, I'm just like, bro, if I got to think about what joke I crack or how I say something, or if I didn't text you this week, it may be some static, or if I didn't reshare a post that I never saw because the algorithm didn't allow me to, it's like, damn, you don't like, I don't understand how to be in those environments anymore. I don't take offense to that because I learned this like, I'll say it, this free game low key, but like people already associate you with who they associate you with. So say if I posted a millennials versus the world thing every day and y'all shared it every day, right? Somewhere in y'all followers' minds or y'all people's mind, it's like second nature that you share this. So even though you're sharing, we used to be like, oh, support your friends. Yes, you could, but there's other ways to support than what clicking the share button. Right. I.e., like how y'all show up, how y'all have been here, how y'all have entered to this role and did dope things. Versus, am I going to trip on that, or am I going to talk about, hey, Lewis, man, for real, bro, like, can you post this picture real quick? Like, those ain't to me. That's not real conversation about friendship. That doesn't judge Lewis' loyalty to me if he didn't post something. If Lewis didn't, bro, true story, Lewis. I don't know if you mind hitting on it. Like, I told Lewis we were coming to Charlotte like a month before we came. Called him when I was there, and he was like, "Dang, bro, my bad, bro." Like, he was like, "Man, some stuff happened." Da da da. Yeah, Lewis, my exact words. Like, oh, no worries, bro. Like, all right,
that made me feel good, bro, for real. Like, because you had every right to be upset, but the fact that you weren't judgmental or understood, like, you know what I'm saying? You can still call me out on it, but the fact that you did that made me feel better because I was hurt. Because I was like, yo, I did it again. And I didn't want to do that. But the fact your reaction made me feel a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Like, for real. Right. Yeah. Hey, Johnny, I am though. I was upset. I got him right here. Johnny, I got him right here. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I'm talking to Johnny. Upset. I was definitely upset because I knew that's Lewis. And you know what I'm saying? I'm tired.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm tired of Lewis flaking.
But that's okay. But no, hey, listen, no. But even if you were, I'm a realist, bro. No, I'm straight up. I know. I'm a realist. So if that's how you wanted to categorize me, I couldn't do anything but take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we know the real, bro. We know the real.
You know, the only thing that really would have made me only thing that would have bothered me, I didn't even say I had an issue. The only thing that would have bothered me if you would have egged my call and not act like you like the fact that like transparency, bro. I forgot. Cool. I done forgot so many things. I don't like when people, it was kind of like what we talked about the other week, like try to act like you ain't see the call, like, dang, bro, like I missed your call. But I know you're not like that, but I'm saying somebody else, anybody, that stuff like that bothers me when I know that, like, bro, just pick up my, oh, no, bro, I can't make it. Or, no, bro, I hate when people, and again, bro, I'm in a place in my life, I don't associate with it. Like, if you can't pick up the phone and say exactly what it is,
yeah,
who wants to be in interactions like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, but when is it time to leave friendships though? To transition from friendships?
When they become toxic.
Man, you know how many toxic friendships out here, bro?
I think when they become toxic, I don't want to say when they don't serve you anymore. I think especially if it's somebody close, their relationship served you at a point, and I think it's the type of friendship that you now have to adjust to. But I think when it becomes toxic, or when, you know, sometimes I just think when it becomes toxic, and I think that you do outgrow people, but those people are still like, I have people that I went to, you know, school with that I'm not as close to, and we on different trajectories and paths in life, but I still remember what those people were to me in that time. You know what I mean? And I still would do almost anything for those folks because of what they meant. So I don't forget who they are and what they mean to me. They mean just as much. I think the capacity in which we interact is now different. So I don't want to say leave friends alone. I think you just kind of have to adjust the dynamic. But if it's toxic, then that's when I would say you would have to leave it alone.
Bro, mine's simple, Jay. You can go ahead. Mine's very short.
Well, mine's is I like what Lewis said about adjusting the dynamic. But me personally, my problem is just having those friendships and understanding when to adjust that dynamic, because I've been cool with those people for so long, and it's like you only think about the good times, like the good memories. Oh, they was maybe solid in this situation, all this stuff. So it's hard for me to just be like, oh, okay, nah, just let me deal with them from this, this angle. But I'm learning that the longer you deal with that stuff, the more you actually are sacrificing yourself more, and that you realize that relationship not benefiting you.
Yeah.
So for me, I get what you're saying. Mine's is trying to learn what you're doing, Lewis. Adjust to that.
Yeah, because it'd be hard. Like, the people held you down in those situations because y'all, I think especially for us, like growing up in some of the situations that we were in, and like we were learning and figuring things out, and you maybe figured things out sooner, or you may have just had a different plan, right? But those people are still like, I still love those folks. I still love my guys from back in the day. Like,
but
100%.
Nothing bad happened between y'all is what you're saying, though, right?
Yeah, nothing bad happened. It's just that we just grew up, you know what I'm saying, and had different paths, but them still my folks, man.
I agree with that. I think to Jay's to what Jay said. So for me is when I gotta try to be your friend. That's when I think it's time. Like, if we're trying, like, for instance, I think what we have is natural. Like, bro, I don't have to try to please you all. We all naturally just click because we're the same way. Like, I don't, like, if I haven't talked to you in 3 months, Lewis, I don't have to call and try to act like I ain't called. Like, hey, bro, what up, though?
Yeah.
We've even went a year without talking.
Yeah.
And I'll call it, hey, bro. I mean, via phone, but we'll probably tell. I'm like, yo, what up, though? So, like, when I'm saying when you got to, like, try so hard for a friendship to work, that means there's a disconnect somewhere to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say, and don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about effort try. I'm saying if you got to do things outside yourself for y'all to coexist, I don't think that's true friendship. Am I tripping?
Right. Nah, you're not tripping. I agree with you.
I think, like, if I gotta, like I can't, like, Jay can't, like, I can't crack jokes around Jay. No type of jokes. Bro,
right. You said, we haven't talked in 3-4 days, and you get back on the phone, it's like, you like, what up, Jay? I'm like, oh, now you can talk to me, bro? What happened 4 days ago?
Get me up out of here, bro.
Yeah, it's like one of them.
Get me up out of here, bro.
All right, bro, I'm up out of there.
Yeah, bro, I can't even operate in that space. And on the other end, I'll be honest, and I know Lou's gonna disagree with me on this, but I've never been the one to leave a friendship. As much as I've learned, as much as I respect my time and stuff now, I've never been one to leave a friendship till this day.
They left you is what you're saying. I'm
not even going to try to place blame. All I'm going to say is, like, in every instance, I wasn't the one that became unavailable. I'm not going to say that they left. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't the one that was like, oh, bro, don't hit my line, or like, nah, I've never done that. You know what I mean? But now, after it's happened, you learn, like, bro, sometimes you realize people just not who they say they are. There's people that put on lifelong fronts, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, and then when stuff really hit the fan, bro, they not who they say they are. They don't move how they really say they move. And to me, when you show me your true colors, I can't unsee them, bro. And Jay,
you've always said. Yeah. Because do you think people? But it does have truth to it, though. It has a lot of truth and validity to it. It does.
But tell me this, Jay. Any argument you've gotten in with family members, friends, whatever, has it? I bet you 8 times out of 10, it's been from the same character traits you've always argued over, or they always do this thing when they get, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if somebody does that multiple times, why keep being in a place where that happens? To me, I'm asking.
Hey, man, are people not allowed to make mistakes?
No, I didn't say that. But expound on that. What you mean?
Sorry, I was eating. My bad.
He over there picking with the camera off.
I was, bro. My bad, man. But my question
Lewis is
was,
crazy.
I'm sorry, y'all. My question was more so like, so you said I'll never forget what you did or how you did it, but
No, I
what
said I didn't say what you did or how you did it. I said when people show you their true colors. I didn't say anything about what you did.
but what do you? All right, so if I did something that was real jacked up,
Mhm.
right?
You got to give it
And
more context. You can't just
I
say
know
that.
I know that's some bad context.
Like
Okay, Lewis. Oh, Lewis, you did something that was mad jacked up multiple times.
the same exact thing.
Multiple times. See, that's different.
Okay.
What's
Yeah,
up,
that's
Bianca?
different.
What up? What up? What up?
Bianca?
Hey,
What
Hi
up?
guys.
Hey.
Tell her how you?
you're not holding me to the standard of not being able to do it once. You're saying if someone has to, consistently, habitually do something. For
Yes.
you to,
Yeah, you do something
Okay,
once. That's a
cool.
mistake, bro.
Yes, I'm saying like this, Luz. I'm saying like this. Let's go Herb 99, right? And I give you some bread, right? Let's not even use money because I don't even care about money like that. Let's say, okay, we chilling, right? And we done got lit up. We lit, you know what I'm saying? And we get like something happened in the club. We get a little heated with each other, and like your true feelings come out, like, bruh, Kenny, you always da 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 da. You sober up, like my bad, man. I'm like, cool, bro. Don't worry. It's like we all. Then the next 3 times we get lit, the same thing happened, and you start speaking to me in the same way, telling me you. But think about it, like you sound like, yo, Kenny, you like, bro,
But see,
you.
I can't get with that because I'm so honest. So if I felt like you was a certain way, I would talk to you about it outside of the argument. You would know. You would already know.
But this is the thing. But the point I'm making is like, if you were, but in the same context of the scenario, if you told me how you really felt 5, 6 times, somewhere in my mind, I gotta go, like, bro, you really feel this way about me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
even if you,
But those people aren't. Kind of goes back to my point. They not being their real self.
agree, but we can't act like people are their real selves all the time.
That's true.
There's people that walk in lies every single day, whether it's posting lies, texting lies, all that. There's people that's not living their real.
That's true.
It's easier for me to be maybe, and I'm just a thought. Maybe it's easier for me to be 100 with you guys because I don't see you every day.
Oh, damn. But Lewis, I think they show character trait. Like,
yeah,
I just think
Well, I was just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I think
I will say this.
Really just seek some validation right there, bro. Like,
I will say this.
Asshole.
I do think some friendships are more conducive with distance between them.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact I couldn't live in the same, like, I don't know if I could live where my family live, bro. Straight up. Love them to death, but I don't know if I could be in the same city with them where every day they had access to me. And I love y'all, bro. Love y'all with all my heart. But like, I don't know if I could percolate like that. Like, where somebody can knock on my door right now, unannounced. I couldn't move like that, bro. I couldn't do it. So, but some relationships are better with distance between them. You know what I'm saying? But Dianca, to get your opinion real quick, we're talking about close friends. Do you believe in close friends? And when do you believe in having close friends? And when do you believe it's time to transition from a friendship?
I believe in close friends.
All right.
That, some people have their close friends, you know what I mean? Some people don't really have close friends like that. I have girls that, I would consider them my close friends, but we don't talk every day. Or nothing like that. The point where it's time for me to leave a friendship or leave a situation is if I'm being disrespected. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to live a life of like, positivity and pureness. You know what I mean? So
okay.
Especially with me doing yoga, like that's important to me. Like being positive and being in girl. And being
Bianca over there getting disrespected.
Yeah. I just got home, so she like off the chain.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I don't know. I think it's important to be in spaces that you feel, positive vibes and stuff like that, and people that's gonna check you like, yo, you was wrong about this, and this is how I feel about it.
Everybody, I hear you, Dianca, but everybody don't want that.
But are we really friends if you don't want that? Like,
I mean, I feel you, but that
I think for me, based off what you're saying to me, it goes off like what I'm learning now. If you're in the right environment and around the right people, then what you're saying to me, it would never get there. Like,
right.
It wouldn't get to that. I get what you're saying. Like a lot of times you can have those friends where, you know, it could go left sometimes, but when you choose to put yourself in those good, positive environments, we shouldn't even be on that type of wave anyway.
It should be.
You said, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dianca. I'm sorry.
Because I lost my train of thought.
Are you saying because we're in positive environments, we don't disagree?
No, it's about a disagreement. It's more so about like, yo, I didn't like y'all were just saying when I got on, like, I didn't like the way you did that. You know, I ain't like the way you handle it. Yeah. So if I didn't like the way you handle me in a different way. But that goes back to knowing somebody. Are you purposely doing this? Like I had a friend who would get on my nerves on purpose.
Oh yeah, no.
And I just cut her off because it's like, you know, you getting on my nerves. You
I
know,
nerves.
You gotta go.
Hey, Lewis, you try. All right, keep playing with it if you want to, bro. You must love it, boy. See now.
What Lewis say?
Oh, we heard him. I pray
I get on my wife's nerves on purpose sometimes.
No, the thing is, he lying. He ain't doing it on purpose. He just get on her nerves.
I'm not on purpose.
No, I'm not. Nah. Hey, Lewis, you do it on purpose, Lewis?
Yeah, man. I be playing around. You know, she get upset.
Nah, I don't like to live in that environment. That's not the type of environment I like to be in, bro.
I'll leave her alone. You know, it's playful though. It's not like.
Yeah. See, but no, I got a pregnant wife, so I'm not going down that road right now, bro. I feel you. Hell no. Say again.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, bro.
Congrats.
So anyway, Dianca, to what I was saying to you is, I think this. Yes, but that also boils down to like if you've never gotten a real conversation with that friend. There's friends that's been friends for years and never had to go there because it's never had to have those tough conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And it's like, even if y'all close, if y'all never had to go there, it can potentially go bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know why Lewis thinks I'm a cutter offer. I'm not even a cutter offer, bro. I don't cut people out. You do, bro. You told me that to my face one day. You told me that to my face, and I'm not one. But in the very same note, I've lost more friends being honest than I have being quiet. And I really do think they were my friends.
How are you honest with them?
What you mean when you say that?
How did you deliver your honesty?
It was. I don't think. See, different strokes for different folks. I don't have to sugarcoat something to y'all, but to other people, I know how to speak to people. Like I really do. I
didn't say you did, man.
No, I'm just saying. But like my honesty would be like, for instance, like this, bro. Like there's been times where somebody would be like, "Yeah, man, like, I did such and such, be pissed off talking about the situation." They're like, "Yeah, I did this, that, the third, da 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 da." I'm like, they're like, "Man, you know what I mean?" Like, da da da. I'm like, I mean, no, I really don't get where you're coming from, but it's not. This moment is not for. See, why are you laughing, man?
Because we've seen it. I know what that looks like.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I don't.
But Keenan famous line is, but this moment is not for me. But go ahead.
It's not. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Oh, asshole.
No, you're not wrong.
No,
bro,
you're not wrong, bro. You've never been wrong. Anytime you call me out or something, you've never been wrong.
Dianca, you said that's being an asshole?
I mean,
Dianca, if you call me,
my whole thing though, I would rather have a friend that's like that'll do that than have a friend that's not gonna say nothing. You know, that's me personally. Because
what if we're locked into the point where I know that I don't need to say something? Does that count? Because say if I know you sensitive. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got to give a situation.
So say if we're talking about, let's say you in a relationship, that you've been in. There's been some turmoil, like low key, a little toxicity level. Woo woo woo. You keep telling me about it. Say, Dianca, you keep telling me about. I'm like, okay, obviously you don't want me to say nothing, right? So why would I say something if you're super sensitive about it and I know that line? Why would I say something to you that's going to piss you off? So doesn't that get credit for not saying something if you're sensitive about something?
Oh yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
That is a good one.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to do that because I know that's and Jay and I had to learn, like, bro, I'm not going to go there with that. He'll say it to me. He'll be like, I'm not touching on that. Respect, and it ain't even got to be sensitivity level, but like my rule of thumb is I don't fuck with my friend. If you love something, I don't fuck with it. Like, I'm not going to convince you, Dianca, to try not to be a yoga teacher. Not going to touch that. I'm not going to give my opinion on yoga because I know how much you love it. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm not going to give my opinion on Jay DJing because there ain't no point. That's something he loves. You know what I mean? And through the years, you learn the things that if y'all really locked in, that you shouldn't have to say anything about. To me.
That's if you really locked in.
I agree with that.
Relationships. Let's go to loving relationships. Relationships.
We got any comments? We good? We ain't missing no questions.
No. I'm moderating heavy, right? Johnny said, he just said that was good. Even though it doesn't time step it, so I don't know exactly, but he locked in. He said that was good, what we're speaking on. So last question in the friendship thing. Do y'all think you can end a chapter with a friend, go through some more chapters, and that same friend come back later in life? You know what? Let me change that question. Do you think people can be on different growth paths and maintain a friendship? That's what I want to ask. Can y'all be on different growths, different speeds of growth and different trajectories and still maintain a genuine friendship outside of all those things?
That's tough.
Yeah, that is. It can't happen. I feel like it's a possibility that it can, but it all depends on.
Johnny said he could talk about your DJ career, Jay.
Oh, he can, bro. Yeah. He can talk about these hands too.
Hey, go ahead, G.
Hey, Johnny, that's my boy.
And I guess it depends on, like, how we ended our stopping our growth patterns. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, for instance, I was friends with someone. You like to party and stuff like that. I went on that wave. Mm-hmm. I needed space. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like tell her that I needed my space or anything like that. Just the type of person I'll get ghosts. Mm-hmm. So I basically like unfollowed her on Instagram because I was tired of seeing her shit and tired of seeing toxic stuff. Mm-hmm. You got to be careful what you intake.
For sure.
She got so upset that I unfollowed her. And like, she was like, well, if you were my real friend, you would have told me this, that, and a third. And like I told her, like, I just got to worry about me. If your life not aligning with my life, then I can't sit here and baby you into telling you like that's not okay.
I got one question on that though, Dianca.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying completely though, but because that was your friend, did you at least explain that to her before you did that? At least one time. Like, hey, I just feel like the partying and we kind of outgrowing each other, or did you just go ghost?
It was.
She went ghost.
Hey, you definitely went ghost. You definitely went ghost.
No, like I did go ghost, but before I kept trying to like, I don't want to hear like this is why I don't really be having friends like that. Mm-hmm. Like my close friends that I do have, one is married, one is in a long-term relationship, got kids with them and everything. So like they all living with their boyfriends, whatever.
Okay.
I forgot where I was going with this.
Why you didn't tell the girl?
Because I don't want. Like, I hate when people come and talk to me about the same shit over and over and over. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, and I'm the type of person, like, I'm going to keep trying to change the subject, But if you keep bringing back up, I just know like, okay, this is what you want to talk about, and I'm gonna respect you and just not talk to you. That's so bad.
But
do you feel like that? But do you feel it's the truth though? But do you feel like that because you were trying to change the subject, that was your way of communicating that, hey, I don't want to talk about this, but I'm also not on that wave, and she should have picked up on like, oh, okay, we don't have this in common.
Yeah, I also feel like, okay, you know the type of person I am. I told her, you know, this is the type of person I am. Like, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to get this money. Like, I don't care about this.
Oh, I respect that. Well, that is low key telling her.
Yeah.
Johnny said, friendship shouldn't drain you. You should both be able to learn and grow from each other.
I agree with that. And that's
very true. Very true.
I agree. But in that same note, I'm gonna go back to the job thing. I think there are seasons where you have to be there for your peoples no matter what when they're going through something.
Yep.
It doesn't count in those seasons when they need you. I think, you know, when everything's good and it's fluent, no. But like if we riding right now, we riding. I'm gonna be there regardless. You know what I'm saying? But in that
you know who your friends are. It's when it's not that. You know what I'm saying? That's how you determine who your friends are, is when things aren't great and they're there for you. That's how I determine who my friends are.
Yep. Adversity brings out true character for sure.
Yeah, that's how I make my determination.
So, but let me but on y'all too, y'all didn't speak on, can you be friends with two people can two people on different trajectories still be friends with two different growths in life? Lewis and Jay.
Man, bro, Jay and I had babies, dog, and you was a single college dude.
Right. Living your life.
You know what I'm saying? You had a different perspective than most, but think about how many people we could have interacted with. And we weren't in school at the time. So think about the people that we could have interacted with that were 20-year-old college students. That would have been tough.
That's true. I can think about it, Lewis.
But with context, it's a great example without context. But me and okay, you got me. I get you. I give you that. I shut up. I give you that.
Totally different.
I'm gonna say yes as long. This is gonna sound crazy. I think,
it's like y'all won't really on two different growth paths.
That's what I was about to say.
Pace.
Yes.
You know?
I agree, but we had totally different responsibilities.
So, but this is the thing that I'm gonna say. What I agree with Dianca. Our mindsets were still the same.
That's true. Right. I get that.
So we may have been doing different things, but our mindsets were still the same. Like,
if your mindset is different, I don't think you can grow. I don't think y'all can grow together. If the mindset is not the same,
what I agree. I agree with you, Jay.
I don't see how you can grow together at all.
And Matt said, can staying friends with people who you outgrow halt your growth? If you outgrow them, staying friends with them, can it stop your growth?
Hell yeah, because they'll judge. You'll be afraid to make decisions. Everyone has a council of people, and I read this book. I forgot what it was, but everyone has a council of people to where they make their decisions off of, right? And they go and talk to these people before they make choices. And whether you believe it or not, as strong-willed as I like to think I am also influenced.
Yes.
So, So if I'm surrounding myself around a certain caliber of people, they say 4 men, you walk with 4 wise men, you'll become the 5th. I mean, that's real. So you're influenced by who you're around. So yeah, absolutely.
Bro. Yes. Yeah. And
that's facts.
Bro, I can't, I don't even need to say no, bro. I wholeheartedly agree.
HD, why you get so excited?
Bro, because man, I get so say again. What'd you say?
He's about to shout over there. We still
because bro, me and Jay was rapping about this yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Because I've seen the difference in. Okay, true story. Saturday, I had a photo shoot with some during the wellness project, doing a photo shoot, doing all those things. Lady, super dope, doing her thing. I posted a video like, yo, never change that. The conversation we were having, her, the videographer, and myself in that environment, like you can feel the energy of positivity. You can feel the energy of collaboration. You can feel the energy of like, yo, how can I help you without people even saying it? Like giving game, the gems being dropped, the paths, the life stories. when you're even though none of us are like best friends, environment stretch like in every aspect of your life, right? Like I'm in the education field, right? Bro, certain other educators can't come in my room, bro, because I know what you're on. Like you're not about to drag down my mood because you need a venting session. You get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times people can't let stuff go. Like what happened this morning, what happened during lunch, what happened at your job today? At some point, you have to disconnect from it. You can be stressful, you can be everything. There's no day that doesn't come in stress with stress. You know what I'm saying? But the environments in which you choose to be in single-handedly control where you're going. Because to Lewis's point, I tell people, I hate when people say, oh, they're on social media all day, but it doesn't change their day or it doesn't influence them or it doesn't do whatever. That's BS, bro. That can't happen.
Y'all call me out on that too, because I said that, and y'all made me rethink that too.
I'm like, but because like Deonka said, what are you intaking? You know what I'm saying? Like, when are you all day, all night? And the telltale sign is your explore page.
Yeah.
No lie. So if we done on friends, let's get on the lover relationships, man. Transitions during lover relationships. You know what I want to know from y'all? When do y'all feel like somebody transitions from a friend to a lover? When is it time to end the friendship and we gonna see if this thing can work?
You ain't referring to me and Lewis, but you are.
What you mean?
We're not going there with you. We're gonna stay friends.
Shut the fuck. I hate this nigga, man. He always saying some dumb, like, no. Anyway, so you know what? I know what we're really not talking about this. I got a better one for you. How was it transitioning from being the child of a family to having your own between parents? So like being the child asking for stuff, you go through college, you go through growth, still ask your parents for stuff, but now you should stand on your own. How was the transition from that to adult between your parents or whoever you decide to put in that stratosphere of people?
Like,
how was it when you were 19, still taking a lot from your parents, still learning a lot, to now when you're 30, doing your own thing? How was it setting boundaries for them or transition to like, yo?
Oh, you mean setting boundaries for your parents, not you actually being like a father to your kids?
No. We're gonna get into that.
Okay. Like setting the boundaries. Now, I think the transition is a little
like
bit
when did it come like I'm my own man? I'm no longer a kid.
Jump in there, Jay.
Huh? Boy, my shit.
He was about to answer that question. He just jumped right all over you again.
Hey, you talking about Mr. Cutter Offer? My bad, bro. Golly. Yeah, drink some water. Let me go ahead and talk while you're drinking. So, listen.
And this shit ain't gonna be good. What are you about to say? Ain't gonna be good. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, I would say for me it's probably like 26, 27 when I transitioned like to where I was like, okay, like I understand, because I had my first child at 21. You know, I was still young, but at the same time, so it's like you still was learning different things. It's like I came into my own, and when I started, responding to my parents, and they had to look at me as an actual man because I was handling my business and doing what I was supposed to do as a person, as a father, as a husband at that point. I started to realize that me personally, I didn't care how they looked at me anymore, how they viewed me, but I just wanted them to respect me as the human being and the man that I was. And I think that was tough for my pops for whatever reason, because he used to always feel like that. Yeah, but you must, I am your son, but you know how like they just talk to you like real reckless, and you like, whoa, like it's not that type of party. Like we different over here. You know what I'm saying? You come into my crib talking reckless to me. I pay bills here. You can get on up out of here.
Yeah.
Like you can exit left. So it's like when I started becoming a man, I realized like I didn't owe a lot of explanations because like my work was being shown. Like I don't have to explain that to you no more. That's cool. I'm not your little baby no more. I'm a grown man.
Deonka, Lewis?
For me, it's I'm still working on that, I had to have a conversation with my parents, like, yo, I'm grown. I ain't asking y'all for no money. I'm paying my bills by myself. If y'all offer it, I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I'm grown. Like, don't come over here trying to mess up my flow. Like, you know.
Are they receptive of that when y'all rap, or is it just a true work in progress?
My mom is. My dad, not so much. I'm still, but I was the firstborn, and I'm a girl, and you know.
Hey, Dad can't help it. I'm not judging Dad on that.
Yeah,
oh my God! Here go. So you know who's helicopter parents on the call?
With my daughter. Hey, with my daughter, it is what it is, dog. It is what it is.
Why would just her?
Because the boy gonna have to figure it out.
Lewis, I hope you joking.
I spend so much time with my son.
No, I hope you joking though. Huh?
No, he's gonna have to figure it out.
All right.
I'm gonna help him. But he's gonna have to figure it out.
He's not gonna help him as much as he's gonna help his daughter. He's not meaning like he's gonna leave him out to dry.
Exactly. I'm gonna help him in different ways. I'm going to aid my daughter more. I'm going to teach my son, give him more, because I can speak to his experience.
You can't do that. Don't do that.
Hold on.
You gotta teach her too, though.
I'm going to teach her, but I can't speak to his experience, her experience, as much as I can speak to my son.
Yeah, but you also can't baby and pacify too.
I will.
You're gonna work.
See, Bianca, this is a good friendship moment. Like, I'm not gonna speak on that because it's his kid.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say nothing about that. I'm not gonna say nothing about that.
My kids, I do what the hell I want.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And I understand that.
See, the Kenan in me almost said, even if it's dumb as hell.
Y'all act like it's just me. I have a spouse.
Yeah.
So she's gonna provide probably what I lack. Right. Yeah. And I'm gonna probably provide what she lacks in the dynamic. So it ain't just me doing this shit.
I'm gonna say this. And I always say this to Jay. It don't got nothing to do with anybody and how they're raising their kids. I think for me, I just see kids when they're away from their parents. And I think I get to see the other side of it because of my profession. Like, I see the things kids do and say when they're not around, how they talk about their parents, how they know they're manipulating them and stuff like that. So I'm just like, I get y'all, and I don't have a daughter, so I can't really speak on that for real. You know what I'm saying? But
yes, you should be quiet, man.
No, I think I know. I didn't care about that. You said that. But I just think it should be equal though, Lewis. Like, the same amount of game you would give to your son, you should give to your daughter.
Yeah, man. But listen, I'm not going to teach my daughter how to be a man, though.
Nah, but you can teach. Okay, so I didn't say give her the same game. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dianca.
No, you can teach her what a man is.
Absolutely. I'm gonna give her the game, but I'm gonna give her the game. I'm gonna give her the tools. Everything I do for him financially, I'm gonna do for her, right? But I'm going to force him to be a bit more independent, because that's what the world is going to expect from him.
I feel like you should.
I'm gonna do that to my daughter.
Your kids.
To a degree.
Yeah.
To a degree. I'm being honest.
For sure.
The world is going to treat them differently.
Agreed.
And I'm going to give them both the same information and the same resources, but I am going to force my son to be more independent in a lot of different ways. One, because he's my oldest child, and because he's a man, and because he's a Black man. His experience in life is going to be totally different than the experience of my daughter.
It is.
So I have to tailor to a degree, but I have to tailor how I parent him, the information that I provide to him differently, and I can do that. And honestly, it's actually more of an advantage to him and how I parent him, because I am a Black man. I've never been a Black woman. I don't know that.
To me, what you're saying is 110% fact. But what you said the first time is not what that was. You made it seem like your son got to figure it out and she's going to get everything.
I'm going to give him the information. He is going to have to figure it out. And my daughter, She is gonna get over on me, dog. It is what it is. I'm just being honest.
Well,
I think we're talking about two different things.
From my experience, okay, so my dad was 17 when he had me. I am spoiled. I'm not gonna act like I'm not. And my dad probably has the same view as you, but he did also make sure I was independent. So I'm very independent, but I also know that I can call my dad. So I get where you're coming from. But I don't call my dad because I want to show him that I am independent.
Listen, the same way. So I'll show. This is my thought process. So you know how you said that Jay said you wanted your independence as a man, right? At your home, and your dad respect that. If my son said that to me, I'm like, you know what, boy, I'm proud of you. All right, now you, Deanna, if your dad said this, if my daughter said the same thing to me that you said, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm coming back. I'm gonna give you whatever you need. I don't care, and I'm gonna come back again.
But no, so I get.
Hey, I ain't gonna cap. I'm quiet on that one, Lewis. I'm with you, but I'm quiet.
Hold on, Lewis. You said if your daughter said, "I need my independence,"
I'm like, no, I can't do that, baby. I got to help you. Daddy got to figure it out. Daddy got to help you figure it out. I got to do it.
But Lewis, I think y'all taking it out of context. He's not saying that he can't be independent. He's saying that she's gonna be independent, but she can lean on him more, and he expects her to lean on him more than his son.
Absolutely.
Jay, that's a contradiction to the scenario. Lewis, so you telling me I agree with what you're saying. I don't disagree with Lewis. If I had a girl, I'm not saying I won't be the same way. But then Lewis says something after he makes a great statement that contradicts that statement.
Like I have to, with my daughter, I feel like I have to protect a lot more.
She's saying, but you said this is scenario, Earth 99. You said if she says I want my independence, he said I'm going to say no, I can't do that.
I'm gonna say, look, baby, I'm still be here.
But at least you're saying, look, I'm still gonna be here if you need me.
It's hard.
Yeah, he's not saying like you can't be independent. You ain't
right.
I'm
gonna still be here if you need me. Yeah.
I can't just know that I can't with my daughter, with my girl. I feel like I have to be more protector. I feel like I'm a protector for life. I feel like I'm a protector for life for my son. But at some point, he has to be the protector. Right. You know what I mean? With my daughter, I don't feel like that ever will go away. I feel like I don't feel that going away.
Even when she get married?
I thought did Lewis screen froze?
No, Lewis was like, bro, it don't matter.
No, I feel the same way, Lewis, but it's just levels of the protection. Guy, bro. It's the levels of protection that what he's saying. Like you have to scale back once she get married. Cool, I get that. Yeah. But I think what he's saying is he always wants his daughter to know that she can count on him. Like he's there for her.
Right.
Like,
and I love that. That's good. That's amazing. Like it should be like that.
It's like you can be independent. I'm gonna be here just in case you need me. But with my son, I get what Lewis is saying. I'm doing the same thing for him, but at the same time, I'm gonna raise him up to where he's gonna be more independent, and I'd rather him like kind of need me here and there.
Yeah, I'm teaching him how to be the head of a home. I'm not teaching my daughter. I'm teaching my daughter how to do great things and be independent, but I'm not teaching her to be a head of a home. That ain't my philosophy. She can decide to do whatever she wants when she gets older, but I'm not teaching her that. And that's real, man. People can
respect. The only reason I'm quiet is honestly because I don't have a daughter, so I can't. If I have one in October, my opinion. I legitimately think that obviously it's preference. Obviously, it's about how we were raised, how we view the world, our experiences. So I don't really try to like, you know what I'm saying? I feel you. And then another part of that is in reality. I'm gonna speak on my son. I've accepted he about to be 2. He's his own person, period. Like right. I'm really just here for guidance. Like I'm gonna guide you wherever. I really can't do anything. Like, because if a kid I don't care if they're 10. If they want to do whatever they want to, they're going to find ways to do it. So
that's right.
Even though I'm a parental, I'm the dad, but I look at it more so like I'm gonna guide you, bro. And there's certain levels where you don't have a decision on this yet. And then there you get to an age where you do have a decision on these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with like kids just saying, oh, I don't want to go to college, or, oh, I don't want to do this, but not having a plan, like even a skeleton of a plan.
Right.
Like, to me, if you have a plan, that's one thing. But I think in this culture right now, with the way kids coming up, we give too many choices. If I know what's best in certain instances, I'm going to give you the game on that versus like, oh, just do whatever. And then they pick something you know nothing about, and you're trying to guide something that you don't even know what to do. Like, if I would have told my mom I want to start a business when I got out of high school, and she said, okay, cool. All due respect, her, she did a hell of a job raising me, but she don't know how to do that.
Right.
But she let me make a decision that she couldn't even help me with. Now we may have the resources to say, let me get you a coach. Let me get you this. Let me get you that. But in reality, I think we give kids sometimes too many choices and not enough direction. It's like, oh, do what you want. I'm here for you to do what you want and ask me a question if you need be, versus like, nah, bro, I don't think that's the way. To me, personally. Talk to me, Dion. What you think?
I don't know about that. Only because I felt like I dealt with that when.
What age range we talking about when you say you dealt with it?
Okay, that's me being older.
I'm saying like when you were like in high school age.
No, like in my 20s.
Okay.
So I was working for the post office and I wanted to quit. And I expressed to them, like my parents, my mom, my grandma and stuff, like that I wanted to quit. And instead of them like, okay, like, you know, it's your life, you do what you want, my grandma was like, no, you don't need to do that.
Right. That's good benefits. That's a good job. Because, you know, that's the era that they grew up in, though, Dianca. So that's all they know.
Right. So, and she'll still say, like, I think that was the worst decision you've ever made. But in actuality, it's like the best decision. Because I found what I really wanted to do after I left.
Yeah.
So to me, that's different because you were grown. But if you were saying at 18, leaving high school, like, I don't want to go to college. And they say, well, what do you want to do? You're like, I just don't want to go to college. Or I want to, you like, I don't want to get a job. And they're like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. I just don't want to work though. I'm saying more like at that age, I only thing I can say is like, well, what do you plan on doing after you quit? That's the only thing I can say. If my son was 20 and he came to me, I'm like, well, what's your plan, bro? Because you still got to be able to provide for yourself. You still got to be able to do X, Y, and Z.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Luz.
I'm saying I think it's my responsibility, our responsibility as parents of what I'm trying to do. And we'll see if it works. I'll let y'all know. But my job is to try to provide them some exposure and start having. I mean, I talk about it with my son now. Like, hey, what do you want to do? And try to expose them to things, get their mind, wondering about what it is that they want. Try to explore it, and then put them in places and positions to be able to explore those thoughts and some of those goals and what they want. Right. So that it's not a day that all of a sudden we just had that conversation and then I don't know the answer. I feel like one thing I'm learning about my child, and Keenan, you'll see this, is that they'll lead you to what they want. Like I always just talk about, oh, how did you know your kid was good at this? How did you know your kid was good at this? How did you know your kid was good at that? It's like sometimes it's trial and error, but they'll tell you. They'll put you in those, they'll lead you in those directions.
I agree. And it's like what you said, well, because basically what you're saying is exposure. You got to expose them to enough for them to know what they want to do. Matt said, do you think it's better to go to college without a plan versus not going and not having a plan? Wouldn't it be better to take time to figure that plan out?
Yeah. Go to community college though, but not a university. But yeah, I think you should. If you don't have a plan, I think going to community college is the best thing because you're still progressively working towards something and it's not going to be as much of a financial obligation. But going to a 4-year institution, spending tens of thousands of dollars, I don't think is the right way, but I think community college or the military.
Yeah.
I think go ahead, Diak, I'm sorry.
No, I just think that, as far as like, if you're in high school right now and you don't really know what you want to do in life, because you're still young, you don't really know what you want to do, but you can sit here on Instagram all day and all this other stuff all day. That's time that you need to be spending researching that stuff. You know what I mean? Like I knew in high school that I wanted to own my own business. I didn't care what field it was in. That's what I was going to do, is own my own business. So before I got to that point, like I was taking business classes in high school. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's all in like not making the kid do the research, but like you have the world at your fingertips with the internet. Like you can research different things. You can go on YouTube and see what different people are doing.
Get an apprenticeship. If you want to be an entrepreneur, get an apprenticeship. Like if my son had an interest in something, and I'm pretty sure, you know, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to move to a bigger city. I'll go talk to somebody. Hey, just sit. Hey, can I sit and watch you? Not even being paid. Like if I see you progressively working towards something, a goal of yours, I'm never gonna hate on that. Even if you're not getting paid for a certain amount of time, you're getting the information. That's invaluable.
So Lewis literally took what I would say.
I ain't mean to cut y'all off, but I'm about to head out, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. Love y'all. I ain't mean to cut y'all off.
All right, bro. So I think Lewis said something that I would agree with. It's about progression. Like you can't not want to go to college and you can't not want to go and just be stagnant. I think the stagnant part will bother me more. So again, like let's take community college and let's not say the 4-year. Me personally, I think even if you did like an undeclared semester, quote unquote, there are still life skills you're going to learn simply just going to college in a different environment, learning from these classes. There's things you're going to learn that you could possibly, not in the class, Dianca, I'm saying actually going through that.
That's
not
a lot of money though, bro. That's a lot
in the community college.
Oh, I thought you said university. No, not community college.
No, I said not. We're not talking university. I said even in the community college.
Oh yes.
Like say if you still don't know what you want to study, there's still things and responsibilities and life things you can learn while you're trying to figure that out in that space. Because what people don't say is there are most of the things we learn about responsibility, deadline, timelines, even in the classes we hated or didn't need, it was still teaching us something. It just wasn't what the class was intended to teach us. That was in the
curriculum.
What's that thing called? I give it
the
syllabus.
Yeah.
So
teacher.
Come on, bro.
Right. I agree with that though, because I mean, when I left, I went to the first college that I got accepted to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really care about going to college. It was just the thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to get out of my parents' house. So that's why I went to school. I didn't graduate. And I went there for sports medicine, exercise science, because I wanted to be a physical therapist. Because all throughout high school, I did sports medicine 1, 2, and 3. Like I was an athletic trainer and stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to do. Got into my first biology class and I had a foreign teacher. So I basically was about to flunk out of school because I was just having fun. You know what I mean?
Me too.
So I wasted a lot of time, but then I changed my major because I was like, okay, maybe this isn't the major for me. And I changed it to birth through kindergarten education because I'm good with kids. So, you know, and I had worked at a daycare all throughout high school and stuff like that. So I was good with kids.
Do you think those years were wasted experience?
Oh, no, not at all.
See, and that's the point I would make. Like, even now, you can still lean back on things you learned and know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, no, like it taught me a lot, especially like, okay, you can't be bull jobbing out here. you know what I'm saying? Like, you really gotta do your work, do the work, get to where you're going. It's like, I know that now, like from me experiencing what I experienced in college and me now, I'm applying those things that I did learn, even though like I went for 3 years and I dropped out, like I still am applying those things, like as far as deadlines and you know what I mean? Simple stuff like that I learned in college. Like nobody's gonna sit here and make you. College is a good experience because nobody's gonna sit here and make you do your work.
It's all you.
So with me being a realtor and being in real estate, nobody's gonna make me do what I need to do to get clients.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it taught me that, you know, and then yeah.
Matt said high school doesn't really take the time to help kids figure out what they want to do with their life. Do you think it's up to the parents to help the kids figure out their passion?
100%. It's my job.
I think it is, but I also think it is. That goes back to your environment and a lot of other things, because me in high school, I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Like you have all, and then maybe it was my parents like, oh, okay, what electives are you going to take? Like, Dianca, why are you taking art class? You don't even like, you don't like art class. Why are you taking that? Like, oh,
but it's our job to ask questions. Like as parents, like I have conversations with both my kids about different things. You know what I mean? Like, and the answers change, and I ask them why, and ask them what they like about that thing. Like, it's my job. That's my job. I learned very early with my son, because he started out school and it was rough. And I was like, man, what are these teachers doing? What is this? They want us to do everything. And I realized like my child's education is up to me. That's my responsibility.
Man, look at you, parent.
So
yes, parent of the year.
Yeah, so I was like, that's my job. So if he doesn't understand something, I have to figure out why he doesn't, right? Their job is to introduce them and educate them on it, but it's my job to ensure that they actually comprehend and learn and fill in and bridge the gaps. So that's my responsibility.
So, and in a different lens too, like also, Lewis, just know that a lot of parents don't think like what you just said. Let me say that. So, but into that comment, I think on the other end, being in the field, it's like when all of the responsibility of education gets dropped on teachers, it's hard to show kids what they want to do or be there. Or like, if my job right now is to teach 4 different classes with 30 kids in each class, how would I be able to do a photography club to show kids that there's a different way to do that? I don't have the time to do it anymore because there's no community support anymore. There's no parental support. Even when we were in school, like, well, let me speak from my own experience. I'm still cool with my high school coach to this day. I'm still cool with some of my middle school teachers to this day. It was more of a like community feel. You feel me? So like now it's like, oh no, them teachers better what we pay them for. And I'm like, we're really liaisons if you want in a true sense. Like no kid should go to kindergarten and not know how to count to 10 type vibe. Like that, but when you put everything on somebody's desk, you're eliminating those other things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna get into like pay and stuff like that. Because
I used to think that's what it was though, bro. I really did. I was like, what are they doing? Because that's what it was for me. I mean, or so I thought especially after a certain grade, my parents didn't, so when you ask that question about independence, bro, like when your parents recognize you independently as an adult, like it's like I never had that issue with my parents.
For sure. So dad said kids spend more time at school versus with their parents, so it's vital to use that time wisely with your kids. I'm gonna say this from the teacher end. Parental engagement has to be there. Like I think that's why you go see teachers, so you know what type of person is feeding into your child. Like you got to know that off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think being a parent and a teacher, like that's more me. My son's in daycare, bro. It feel like I'm in daycare. They can text me, call me. I pull up on them. Hey, how y'all doing? Give donations to his room, whatever they need. You got to make it seem like a working relationship versus like, do your job. When they get home, I'm going to do mine. Nah, my parents now, bro, I got a whole nother phone where I text and call my parents. Like, does every parent hit me back? Nah. But am I available for my parents of my students? Yeah. But to get in a different bag real quick and hop out, my stats show that those things work. But a lot of teachers are so overwhelmed that they don't think like that. Me, I'm gonna cut off the BS that I know don't matter, and I'm gonna go with the stuff that I know does work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
still,
little Jeffro may be wilding in every class, But when he come here, they like, yo, Mims, how you get him to sit down? I don't say nothing. You know what I mean? Because
you was bad as hell.
Was I? They don't even know, bro. They don't even know. Like they like small time to what I was like. But before we transit, before we close out, my last question is, how do you know, or what does it feel like when you know it's time for a chapter to close? Let's not think friendships. Let's not think simplistic things. How do you know, for instance, I'm gonna put myself out there and then y'all can jump. Recently with my job, I just switched jobs. This school year was my first year where I'm at. When I applied to this job, I was telling myself at my last job, I felt so stagnant. I didn't know. I felt like my job life poured into my home life. I felt stagnant in my job. So I started feeling stagnant at home. Started feeling stagnant at home. Then I started feeling stagnant in my business. So I felt like you always need like that jump start sometimes, right? So for me, I think I know it's time for a chapter to end. This won't sound so bad, but like when I'm comfortable, when I'm not content, but comfortable. And that, to me, that's when I feel like it's time to transition to the next chapter. And I enjoy being uncomfortable for one reason and one reason only, is because I've never been in an uncomfortable situation that I haven't figured out. So for me, being uncomfortable doesn't scare me. So for y'all, what does it feel like to when y'all know it's time to end a chapter and go to the next?
Man, I can't agree with you, dog. I get scared when I get comfortable.
Say again?
I get scared when I'm comfortable, dog.
Anytime
I get comfortable in life, it's something, man. Something always happens to where something has to change, or I change, or I feel like I'm forced to pivot, bro.
Yeah.
And that kind of bothers me a little bit too. But Lee, I have to agree with you, bro.
What about you, Dianca? When do you know it's time for chapters to end and the next one to start?
When I'm uncomfortable.
Hold on, expound on that.
I will say that, and it happens every time, and I feel like I level up every time I am uncomfortable, because I feel like, me personally, I'm cool with being comfortable, but God will put me in situations to where I'm uncomfortable so that I will level up. You know what I mean? So, for instance, what can I say? I was working like at a bar at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I do real estate, but I'm working at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
I felt uncomfortable at the bar because I was getting home late, and I like going to bed early and getting up early so I could do my real estate stuff during the day. But I was getting up later because I was coming home later and I wasn't doing what I needed to do in real estate. Mm-hmm. So I had to leave that situation and go into my next chapter of real estate because I was uncomfortable, you know?
Yeah.
I always do.
For sure. I and for me, I'm like Luz, I think I had to learn the difference between content and comfortable. Like there's been time there right now. I'm working my ass off. I'm doing a lot, but I'm content with how things are going because the results are coming as I'm working. Comfortable to me is like, I ain't really got to do it. I'm straight. When I get like that, nah, that's that right there. I know. And that's how I was getting at my last job. I was like, smooth. I know I can leave when I want, take leave when I want. I ain't even lesson planning no more. I already know what I'm teaching this year. I know how to do all this. I know how the classroom, And to your point, Dianca, when I got to where I'm at now, it was like, oh, no, buddy boy. Man, you know how long it's been since I had to get another phone to call parents? I used to have to make little calls from them, once a month, get on the school phone. Hey, Miss such and such, Mrs. such and such. Woo, we straight. Now, man, I got to be on the phone every day. If I screenshot my call, but it's not all negative. But the point I'm making is like in one situation, I was comfortable. In this situation, I'm working really hard, but I'm content with the results. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but it's like for me, that's where you said you was comfortable. That's where I'm uncomfortable. So I guess it's the same thing. I just label it differently.
I get what you're saying. You're saying like when you start to feel stagnant in a sense, it's like
yeah.
Factual.
I'm uncomfortable being stagnant. So
oh my gosh. But you know, that shit can almost, for me, that word that gets me for a long time because I never celebrated my victories. And I had to realize how to celebrate, be comfortable with the celebration, admire the celebration, and then move on. Because it was hard. I didn't celebrate anything.
No, it's like appreciating your process.
For sure. Yeah. But you two, appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. It's Millennials versus the World. And